Hi, my name is Hanne, and I'm a 26-year-old, currently digital nomad, recovered from a 6-year restrictive eating disorder, and now intend to teach others how to overcome their eating disorders, their disordered eating, and their body dysmorphia, as a coach, a YouTuber, and through my Instagram channel. Find all of these linked in the description. One thing that comes up a lot in terms of intuitive eating, letting go of food rules, etc., is this point of cravings. Giving into your cravings and having cheat days. Here's my thoughts on cheat days, as I show you what I eat post-eating disorder. Please note that this just shows some of my meals. It doesn't show every single thing I ate because I'm no longer organized and obsessed enough to show you everything I ate. Also, this is just a snapshot of my life. It doesn't necessarily show you what I eat each and every day. In addition, your needs may differ, my needs may differ over time. I definitely didn't eat this way back during the time of my eating disorder, or even a year after my recovery. This is just what I eat now, what feels good now, on this particular day. Anyway, with that out of the way, breakfast. Breakfast at the minute is predominantly oats or barley with fruit, and whilst that may not sound like a cheat meal, in the past I had specific food rules about how much I could eat, how much of it had to be fruit, the amount of calories I could reach as my maximum, and it definitely didn't include barley or oatmeal or coconut milk or soy milk or any nuts and seeds. This really highlights how the term cheat meal can be very different for different people. That healthy breakfast is something that, for one reason or other, used to not sit that well with me. Especially after having gone to the all-you-can-eat buffet yesterday night and eating a lot of food. Because you know what? Even after eating a lot of food, come the next day or the next meal, your body still needs nourishment. I deserve to have a good breakfast just because. And I did. Today was technically my day off, but because I have a lot of planning to do, I ended up on my laptop a lot of the time, not moving. Whilst that's not necessarily a cheat day kind of thing, as cheat day tends to refer to food, for me, that is definitely something that used to cause a lot of guilt. According to Google, a cheat meal is a meal where you allow yourself to indulge in all of your favorite, typically high-calorie foods. I looked up a few more definitions and they all talk about indulging, eating foods that aren't necessarily part of your usual diet and aligned with your health goals. But I also found on Collins Dictionary that it's a meal, or a full day of meals, which temporarily breaks the rules of a diet. So, having cheat meals, having cheat days already implies that there's a strict routine or a diet in place, making it pretty much impossible for me to do this challenge because there are no more food rules. The foods that I eat today, at every single meal, at every single snack, would have broken a lot of my rules back during the time of my eating disorder, and a lot of rules that diet culture sets out even today. Many people consider a cheat meal to be a treat or something they wouldn't normally have. But personally, I think you can totally treat yourself every single day at every single meal to the things you crave, because your body does have cravings for a reason. They're not as random as you may think. And if you feel like a craving's overwhelming, it's probably because you are restricting that food and your body's fighting back. If you do listen to that craving, you'll find that it will subside with time. My current favourite snacks? Crackers, a chocolate protein pudding, roasted nuts, and gyozas. They would have been considered a cheat meal by past me, just for the fact that having snacks was off limits. But also these things are a lot more processed than maybe just an apple or a banana. However, just because something's more processed doesn't mean it's less healthy, and Even if it was, doesn't mean it should be off limits. Anyway, I think that if you treat your body, treat your mind, consider your goals, consider your needs, consider how your body feels, unhealthy and cheat doesn't need to be exclusive with nourishing yourself. I think the whole concept is a bit twisted. Anyway, I personally sort of hate the term cheat meal, and I don't believe a cheat meal does or should really exist. Cheating implies that you're doing something bad or something wrong, but you're not hurting anyone or stealing anything or breaking any laws in the process. So what should you feel guilty about? Absolutely nothing. I think submitting to that idea of cheat meals makes eating healthily another one of those horrible things on your to-do list. It makes certain foods become things that you need to avoid at all costs. Until, of course, you have that cheat day, at which time you can indulge freely. Because you only have that day available to you, many people find themselves overindulging, feeling extremely guilty as a result, going back to that restrict cycle for the week, and repeating that again and again. Not healthy. We are conditioned to ignore and suppress our cues and then wonder why we're so out of tune with our bodies. To me, personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with taking a rest from a workout, eating more pizza than normal, eating more chocolate, eating different foods, more foods on certain days, because that's how our body functions. Our hormones fluctuate, our hunger fluctuates, our need fluctuate. We can't be expected to eat the same exact things every single day. Having just said that, being in Thailand does mean that we have some meals on repeat, and curry is one of them. Somehow we happen to have some leftovers of this curry for lunch, but most days we do have to cook from scratch because we only have one tiny pot. So I thought I'd just insert a tiny little clip of the curry I made the day after this what I eat in a day, just because I was very proud of how it turned out and it was absolutely delicious. Anyway, there's just a bit of meal inspiration for you. Let's get back to this day in the life. Because it's my day off today, I did my planning on the bed rather than at my desk, and in fact I was using my desk as a tripod, so yeah. Anyway, I did move over to the desk a bit later because it is my favourite working spot and you shouldn't be working on the bed. That's reserved for only 2 activities. Reading and sleeping, what were you thinking? Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays are currently my working days. So on my days off, like today, I still try to take some time off, even if I do have to do a bit of planning or a bit of housekeeping. So I finished work today at 3 p.m. I practiced skateboarding on the new skateboard that I just happened to find on the beach. And we then actually did go to the beach and took a beach walk to an island because the tide was really low and it was absolutely stunning. After this, we'd worked up an appetite for dinner, and of course, we went out for dinner. We don't necessarily go out for all of our meals anymore. We did at the start, but we now have one hob and one pot to cook with, so we tend to have our breakfast and lunch in and then eat out in the evening. So, do you need cheat meals? No. You need to eat the foods you enjoy and want to eat without feeling like you need to justify these choices, without feeling like they're bad. There's more to health than this, and in fact, I don't see how taking things away is going to enhance your life or create a sense of abundance. Instead, focus on abundance. Focus on adding the things that make you feel good, make you feel energized, make you feel loved and happy and satisfied. And accept that there's other things that come alongside with that, but they don't need to come with a side of guilt. That's just not helpful. I want you to see every single day as a cheat day and to treat yourself to what you want, to what you need every single day, and to acknowledge that you're worth it. You are allowed to do this. You deserve love. Seize each day and do, eat, create what you want to do, eat, and create. Make this life yours truly. Also, think about your childhood self, and if you've had an eating disorder for a long time, maybe imagine a younger cousin or a young child that you know, and consider how intuitive they are in terms of their food choices, when they decide to have a nap, and whatever else they do. It's innate, and you can get that back. If you feel like you need help, let me know in the comments. We'll see what we can do together. I'll also leave the link to a free discovery call with me in the description below. I'm not saying that cheat meals are inherently bad, that they don't work for anyone, but for me they wouldn't have worked, and for a lot of my one-to-one clients they wouldn't have worked, because these rules are rules, and rules are inherently restricting your choices in one way or another. I don't think you need to justify your healthy lifestyle by intentionally eating healthy all of these days to then intentionally eat unhealthy on that one day, because it does set really super unrealistic ideals. Anyway, what about you? What are your thoughts on cheat meals, cheat days, and intuitive eating? What's your experience with each of these? I'd love to know. I'd also love to know what your main struggles are in attaining this food freedom and sense of intuitive eating, which is, at the end of the day, something that I do find a lot of people are working towards. Love you guys loads, and see you again on Friday with another Fear Food Challenge. Take care.